have a quorum?
Yes, we do.
All right. First item on the agenda then.
First item on our meeting agenda for the meeting of April the 14th is our minutes for the meeting of March the 31st, 2016.
Anybody have any comments?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Minutes approved.
Taking up item number 2 on our meeting agenda, we have applications for special one-day license to sell dispense malt beverages and wines only, or either one, starting with Catherine Crawford Antobenetto of Artsalem for the Otherware Market and Eventide Social, scheduled for Saturday, April the 30th, 2016, from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. There are 2 events that are overlap, to be held on the 4th floor of the Mill, number 5, 250 Jackson Street. Amanda Rodriguez, who has 2 applications. The first is for a dinner dance on Sunday, April the 17th, 2016, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Portuguese American Lowell Youth Center at 739 Central Street. Ms. Rodriguez also has the application for the Queen's Ball 2016 on Saturday, April the 23rd, 2016, from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m., also at the Portuguese American Lowell Youth Center, 739 Central Street. There is an application by Wendy Bloom of LTC for an event at LTC at 246 Market Street, an open house, Wednesday, April the 27th, 2016, from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Mike Lindsay. Mike Lindsay is not here.
Let's defer Mike to later in the meeting in case he shows up. Would you each please identify yourself by your name and your address?
Catherine Crawford Anto Benedetto, Artsalem, which is at 250 Jackson Street, Unit 411 in Lowell.
My name is Amanda Rodriguez, and the license is for 739 in Central Street.
Wendy Blum from Lowell Telecommunications Corporation, and it's at 246 Market Street.
What is the function going to be at the mill?
It's, there's 2 events. It's a part of the Mill City Steampunk Festival that's happening throughout the town. So we're having a daytime marketplace, which has merchants in the hallway, and then in the evening time, there's some entertainment, merchants and things, so.
Move approval.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. You all are approved. Go out, do not cause trouble.
Licenses will be available starting tomorrow morning after 9 a.m.
Okay,
And
thank
come
you.
down and pay at that time?
You can pay at that time.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Step right up, Michael.
Mr. Secretary, I think Mr. Lindsay just came into the room.
Mr. Chairman, Michael Lindsay, we have an application from Mr. Lindsay for an event at the, well, let's put it this way. Mike Lindsay of Lindsay Catering has an event, Celebration of Life, to be held at 122 Western Avenue for Saturday, April the 16th, 2016, from 9 p.m. to 1:30 a.m.
Mr. Lindsay, please give us your name and your address.
Michael Lindsay, 7 Brianna Way, Drake.
So is this your 49th birthday?
58th.
Oh,
But thank you for that happy birthday wish. I appreciate that. Where do you people get to be my age?
yeah. I wish I could get to be your age. Any questions for Mr. Lindsay?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
It was easy for you. You got it.
Perfect timing. Thank you very much.
The license will be available in the office tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Ryan.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Number 3 on our meeting agenda is an application for a special event permit for the amplification of sound for outdoor public entertainment to be held by the Middlesex Community College. Jonathan Crockett is here representing. the sound system for disc jockey for the Spring Fling at the Lowell Campus Quad at 33 Kearney Square on Thursday, May 12, 2016, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Please give us your name and your address.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Crockett, do you want my home address or the address of the event on
I
this?
actually want your home address.
Okay, it's 553 Stevens Street in Lowell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this is a strictly daytime event?
That's correct.
Anybody have any questions?
Do you represent the college, or are you representing the district?
I'm representing Middlesex Community College for this event. Thank you.
Move approval?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You've been approved. Make sure that you don't wake me up on my nap in Belvedere.
You bet. Thank you so much.
Commission now proceed with number 4 on our meeting agenda is an application for a sidewalk stand permit for 2016. Maria Garcia of Gentleman's District at 23 Central Street for a seasonal permit.
Hello,
Add your name and your home address, please.
Maria Garcia, and it's 600 Bullfinch Drive in Andover.
Grab that mic and pull it down to you. Make
There
it
you go.
your size.
All the way down. You want the home address or the business's address?
Home.
Home address is 600 Bullfinch Drive, Andover, Mass.
Thank you. And what's this sidewalk stand going to look like?
For now, we actually just have a sandwich board that we put outside with any sales that we have coming up or events. But typically in the summer, the city of Lowell and some of the associations downtown, we have sidewalk sales. So sometimes we have racks outside. But if you've ever been past our store, we have a very narrow hallway that leads to our door. That's usually where any clothing racks would be. So it wouldn't actually be on the sidewalk.
Anybody have any questions?
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Well, go forward and have your sidewalk stand.
Okay, thank you.
Make sure us old people can work around it.
Oh, yes.
Proceeding with our meeting agenda, item number 5, Joel Asadorian, the manager of record for Mill City Ballroom, all alcoholic beverage restaurant licensee at 74 Merrimack Street, 3rd floor, is requesting to host 2 all-ages shows, the first being Saturday, April the 30th, 2016, from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., to feature 7 bands, and then the following day on Sunday, May 1st, 2016, from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. featuring 7 bands. Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, I just want to point out that I handed out to you an email that I had received from Mr. Asadorian, which is dated Tuesday, April 12th. That is his request for the all-ages shows. But the other item I handed out to you is a series of promotion license applications, and I want to just caution the board that this is not part of the meeting agenda, for the fact is that it came to my attention Tuesday afternoon after the agenda had been filed with the city clerk. But it does offer some reference to something of what you're dealing with at the moment, and that is the 2 all-ages shows.
Please identify yourself, name and address.
Joel Asadorian, 91 Hall Road, Londonderry, New Hampshire.
Ronald Carrigan, 20 Claudine Drive, Lowell, Massachusetts.
Okey-doke. Mr. Asadorian, we know your function is?
Manager of record.
No, I'm sorry, the other gentleman.
I'm putting the show together and hosting it for the night, and I also perform in one of the acts.
Okay. So, Deputy Superintendent Webb, this is the second time they've been using, in recent memory, the bracelet, the green bracelet, the stamp, the red bracelet. Did that work well the last time, do we know?
As I've said before, I don't think it's a good idea for any establishment to rely on the bracelet system. They're still obligated to make sure that they check IDs at the time any drink is being served. But I don't know of any problems that Mr. Asadorian had with the last function.
Commissioners?
How many patrons do you expect to have at this show?
We're looking at about 350 to 400.
Okay, your hall holds what, about 450, 425?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little over 450.
And what are you gonna have for security?
I have 6, and they come with
We bring about 4 to 10 on our own.
Say that again, please?
We bring about 4 to 10 people on our own to help us run the doors and the stage and the crowd as well.
And these people are allowed to remain in the facility after 10 o'clock at night?
No, after 10, anyone under 21 is removed.
Has to leave?
Yes.
Yeah, we basically end the show.
And how do you determine that? If I take my bracelet off and I don't have a bracelet on, how do you determine what age I am?
Well, in addition to getting the red bracelet, everyone who is over 21 gets a special stamp as well. So if they don't have a stamp or they have no bracelet whatsoever, they can't be served at all. We'll continue to the braceleting to the second portion of the night as well with all green bracelets.
And to clarify it a little more, how we do it is downstairs, they check the IDs and they do the red or green bracelet, and then they come upstairs where the show is, and my partner and I have a different general admission bracelet where they pay to come in. So they actually have 2 bracelets, and then if they go up for a drink, they're ID'd again, even if it says they're 21.
And are you promoting both shows, both nights?
Yes, sir.
You are, okay. Have you contacted the police department at all on this, Mr. Asadorian?
We have not.
Do you intend to?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll talk to them about it. I know the superintendent here is notified now, but I'll talk to them about it. And usually for a show like this, we'll also make a request for detail.
But I think more than making a request for detail, maybe you ought to set up a meeting with the deputy superintendent here and make sure our security, there's a lot of people here, a lot of young people involved here. You're up on the 4th floor. A lot could happen. So I think you should meet with both the fire department and the police department beforehand and get some input from them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to do that. Just using the former show that we did, only 12 underage actually showed up to the show, and they were children of adults.
Yeah, with chaperones.
The show's not being marketed as an all-ages, under 21 show at all. It's just simply for a lot of these national acts, they want you to let, family members and things along those lines in as well.
But my concern is that you might have, 300 to 400 people up there, and we want to make sure we have the proper security and the proper fire protection. So I would ask Mr. Chairman that would be part of the license agreement, that he meet with the fire department and the police department before the license is issued.
Agreed. Nancy?
Are you using any type of, anything other than like just a visual look at the ID to make sure that the ID is proper, or do you have any additional security on electronic security?
We're not using the card readers. We've had a lot of reports that the card readers just aren't good enough to beat out the system, where we have a series of questions that we ask if we have any thought that it isn't, and we do bag people all the time for trying to get in underage, all the time. I mean, literally, we turn away 25 to 50 patrons an evening, just with really good-looking IDs, but then you look at them, and literally you just ask a series of questions that they should know right away, and they don't know them, and just turn them away.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just had a question about the promoter application, because, so there's a series of date events on it, two of which pertain, do two of these pertain to this
Yes.
evening? Okay. All right.
As well as other shows that, you know, Ronnie, he's our rock and roll guy at the
Yeah.
place. He plays in these, and via our last meeting, we just don't want to take a chance anymore that anything would be possibly construed. So we're crossing our Ts and dotting our Is right now.
Yeah, this is the biggest event that we've ever put on. And also, you might remember me from last September. I did the show at the Hadley Skate Park outdoor event, and that went awesome. We had no issues. The police came down, they checked into it. We showed them the permits, and everything worked out.
Are the other 3 events in May going to be all-age shows also?
No.
No.
If I may, for the sake of the commission, the applications for promoter, this is something the board can continue to the next regular meeting, which is April the 28th, and that would be prior to the April 30th all-ages show that's scheduled, as well as the one for the May 1st. So if
Okay,
recommendations
so
by
we'll
this...
sever the promotion thing, and we'll deal with the ones between now and the 28th, tonight. And the other we'll take up at the next meeting. We'll put it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Certainly, and anything you want to continue, but I would just, you know, you've made certain recommendations that Mr. Asadorian would contact fire prevention as well as Lowell Police regarding possible coverage, detail, or otherwise, is how it may be applicable. Any follow-up to that, he should have his answers for the board by the next regular meeting, which would be the April 28th. If you wanted to issue the permit and wait till then, or at least take your action as you wish, but the possibility is that you don't necessarily have to be a final decision made this evening, if that's the board's.
You want us just to approve the 16th?
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Well, interestingly is that I'm just trying to make sure that we understand that these promoter applications came in after the agenda was posted. So it could be that it's Mr. Carignan. We see him, we recognize the event, but I guess the question is, what is the Saturday night event about?
It's actually just a live show. It's a pop punk show, and it's probably gonna start around 2 and end by 10. So everyone clears out from our whole show, and it turns into the club, just the club scene, 21 plus.
So it's the usual type of
Just music.
event on a given Saturday.
Well, for that Saturday is just a 21-plus event. It's not underage.
The last time you did this, Mr. Asadorian, did you limit 1 drink per person?
Yes, yes, it
We're
worked
going to
out
do
well.
that again, aren't we?
Yes, yeah, I put that in the application
did,
as well.
thank you.
Yeah, because that event worked out really well.
Yeah,
There was not an issue.
there was
at
no
all.
no flaws.
It was the coldest day of the year, too.
So we're looking at approving the all-age events, depending on how the vote goes. We're looking at saying if we approve them, we're expecting you to counsel with Deputy Superintendent Webb and with someone from the fire department. And wrapping it together, we're going with the promoter on the 30th and the 1st. You also have a promoter on the 16th, which just sort of snuck in there, but not related directly to these other two, but I would recommend that we wrap that up and approve all 3. Is that our sense of where we're going with this thing? Commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, I think we should just vote on the 16th and the 30th, and then we can, at our next meeting, we can review the other date request.
I'm sorry, could you say that again, please?
Yeah, I think we should vote on the 16th and the 30th.
And defer the first.
I was gonna say, why don't we, because we have a meeting the 28th, correct?
Scheduled to meet.
So why don't we hold the 30th and the 1st off till the 28th? And then, because there were also conditions on the license itself,
Okay, that's a good,
to make sure that those happen before we move forward. I guess I just have a question about the 16th. So, okay, are there, just because maybe it's, I'm not understanding, but are there 3 separate promoter applications here?
If you want, I can just read them out. I know we have Mr. Carignan here with Mr. Asadorian as a promoter for an event date of April the 16th, which is Saturday night, this Saturday night.
Okay.
Also, there is the one for the all-ages show on April the 30th, which is a Saturday. And the Sunday, the May 1st, is an all-ages show. Mr. Carignan will also be a promoter for an activity on May the 14th and May 21st. Now, it's being proposed that the hours for the promotion for each of these dates is 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. At the Mill City Ballroom.
I don't think that's accurate.
That's with Mr. Carignan as the promoter, which
Okay.
is the gentleman that's standing with Mr. Asadorian. But there are additional applications for events listing other individuals as promoter. And that possibly is something the License Commission ought to be looking at. Have a little time to reflect on this, and then have Mr. Asadorian return with Mr. Carignan and other promoters for our next regular meeting on April the 28th. That's the, you know.
Mr. Asadorian, maybe I misunderstood you. Is May 1st, is that for young people also?
Yes, there's 2 dates. It's that entire weekend.
So it's that's this, the 30th and the 1st. What is going on the 16th?
All right, the 16th is a local show, and that's just like about 7 to 8 local bands in the area, and they're just one after another going to play the stage, and then that's it. And then the other 2 shows are national packages that are on world tours, and the only 2 dates that they're coming to Massachusetts are April 30th and the next day.
So the 16th is not an all ages?
No.
Okay, all right. I
Okay,
just
I
wanted to make sure that
misunderstood
we
you.
were
That was my fault then.
all
Okay.
talking about the same thing. Okay. And the 16th is also 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, my concern with the police and the fire is when you have the younger generation in there. That's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah, they all did a walkthrough, and, obviously they had some concerns with it as well. We were very concerned about it as well. We want to make sure that we comply, so. I loved the one drink idea, and we implemented it, and, like I said, for these shows, I believe that the general, maybe there was maybe 1 or 2 that were around the 18, but every single one of them was with a family member, and a lot of these shows are a lot of, mid-30s, people that just love rock and roll.
Yeah, let's face it, he's trying to sell his drinks at the bar, and we got to bring a 21-plus crowd for that to happen. So, I mean, the only reason we need all ages is because the national packages we book, they need it like it's a must. Other than that, they'll go to a different promoter and a different venue or whatnot.
So I'd make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we approve the April 16th and April 30th date. And for the 30th date, I request that Mr. Asadorian meet with the police department, the deputy chief of the police department, and someone from fire prevention before that license is issued.
Would you want to add May 1st as well to that?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Can I make an amendment to that? Can we do the 16th promoter license tonight and then have them return on the 28th for both the promoter and the all ages? So, and knowing that we were requesting that they have to meet with police and fire before the 28th meeting. And then also we'll have time to deal with the 14th and the other ones in the meantime. Are you all right
Will
with
that give them enough time to advertise, to promote the events on the 30th and the 1st?
Okay, then what if I guess I just want to make sure that there's a plan in place before the 30th occurs, so.
How about
I'm okay
if
with-
we amend it, as Commissioner McCarthy said, but with the requirement that they brief us on the 28th?
Okay, I'm fine
Quick
with
briefing.
that. I'm fine with that.
All right, so that is the
With the
proposal.
first in there too, right?
Yeah, the 16th, the 30th, and the 1st.
Right. And so we have a second, yes? All right. Now, what that means is, though, on the promotion, we are not dealing with the 14th, the 21st, Fleek Friday, and Saturday. You have to come back for those on the 28th.
Yeah, and in the meantime, each and every one of those people are actually on my payroll. Actually on my payroll. I just want to take any question out, especially with seeing what happened during the last meeting. I want to take any question out that we're not falling within compliance. That's why we're going with it.
The only thing that bothers me is it's a all-ages event, and the first act is dying fetus. I don't know if young children should be exposed to that.
It's a death metal show. That band's been around for a long time.
Okay. You can see that I don't get out much.
Right.
All right. How many in favor say aye?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, you're approved, but you have to be back on the 28th with a briefing. Please,
Thank you.
no PowerPoint slides.
Not at all. Thank
You
you.
can have charts, but no PowerPoint slides.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Good luck.
My name is Dennis Marr. I'm Ronnie's partner. I also want to kindly thank you folks. Thank you very much. And a few of these bands, just so you folks know, they're very big bands. They have headlined the Songus Arena as well. Sold out capacities. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Back to getting permits for the September 11th Never Forget Fest Part 2. So thank you guys.
Okay, following up with other matters on the agenda, we have number 6 on our meeting agenda is an application by Chang Li, Inc., Laurent Zhang Resident for the transfer of the all-alcoholic beverages restaurant license presently held by Mandarin Lowell Chinese Cuisine Incorporated, premises at 1590 Middlesex Street. Respectfully ask the License Commission's ratification for the publication of the legal notice in the Lowell Sun newspaper for April the 15th, 2016, and to hold the public hearing on the transfer application for April the 28th, 2016.
Anybody have any opinions on this? Oops, sorry. Anybody have any opinions on this?
Move approval.
Favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, approved.
Number 7 is an application by the LLC known as G and AA LLC, doing business as Fuse Bistro. Scott Pelletier is the manager. The all-alcoholic beverages restaurant licensee at 45 Palmer Street for transfer of stock. This is pertaining to Mr. Pelletier and his previous business partner, in which he had purchased the stock held by his prior business partner. For License Commission ratification, the publication of a legal notice for the Lowell Sun newspaper, April the 15th, 2016, and for a public hearing to be held on April the 28th, 2016.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Approved.
Number 8 on our meeting agenda is a communication from William M. Taylor, the Superintendent of Police, dated April the 5th, 2016, regarding the Middle Street Village, Inc., doing business as the Village Smokehouse Alan F. Kaplan, manager, the all-alcoholic beverages restaurant licensee for premises at 9298 Mill Street. Allegations of misconduct on the licensed premises March 10th and 11th, 2016, in violation of law and regulation. Selling or delivering an alcohol beverage to a person under 21 years of age in violation of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 34. Selling, delivering alcohol beverages to an intoxicated person in violation of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 69. And last is the ABC Regulation 204, CMR 2.05, Paragraph 2. No licensee for the sale of alcoholic beverages shall permit any disorder, disturbance, or illegality of any kind to take place in or on the licensed premises. The licensee shall be responsible therefore, whether present or not.
Deputy Superintendent Webb, this young person was evacuated to the hospital and is recovering, not recovering?
Mr. Chairman, as far as I know, the person was taken to the hospital, and I haven't heard of any worsening of the medical condition since then. I believe they recovered.
Anybody have any thoughts? We want to schedule this? What's a good
We should
date?
schedule.
The 28th?
Yes, that's a good date.
All right. All in favor of the 28th, say aye.
Aye.
We'll do it on the 28th.
Number 9 on meeting agenda is License Commission to review fees and to establish fee for alcohol beverages licenses in accordance with Section 12, Section 19, Section 12, Section 14, Section 15, and Section 19C of Chapter 138 of Mass General Laws. Members of the Commission, we just recently received notice from the Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission of an application that was filed by the Navigation Brewing Company for a malt beverages only pouring permit, an application which the License Commission had approved and has now been approved by the Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission. And so this licensee, Navigation Brewery, has to comply with law and regulation regarding certificate of inspection, certificate of liquor liability insurance. But the purpose of the pouring permit that's been granted to Navigation Brewery is to allow the licensee to sell their product on the premises, like a 12-ounce glass of beer, to the general public. They would have a room where they would welcome the public, and they would pour a glass of beer and charge the customer for that beer. They cannot serve food, and they cannot offer any alcohol beverages that they do not manufacture. My concern at the moment is that there is no license fee for this pouring permit. What have given out is the listing of fees that are charged to our licensees. This particular licensee, as note, would not be serving food, would not be a kitchen. It would just be the matter of, in lieu of just serving a sample, which a sample is generally a 1-ounce serving of a beer or ale, they could now sell you a 12-ounce glass of beer, or a 16-ounce glass of beer, a pint. And this would be a calendar year license. There's no reason to think that the licensee would be offering this type of service after 11 p.m. And I would assume they couldn't do it before hours that are allowed for by state law, which is on a weekday, not before 8 a.m., and on Sunday, not before, in the city of Lowell, I should say, on a Sunday, not before 11 a.m.
So you're saying they can't have pretzels or popcorn?
I would suggest they don't. I would suggest that they don't try to offer anything that would be outside of what is allowed for the pouring permit. They're not applying for a common vittler's license for a restaurant. I have no reason to think they would have a food establishment permit from the Office of Developmental Services. I would assume that all they're interested in doing is allowing ladies and gentlemen to go in there, and rather than just be only offering them a sample, they could at least offer the adult a sale of their product. A little bit be more pleasurable, I'm sure, and people might appreciate it better.
So the question is how much, as I scan this thing, I see restaurants, clubs tend to run about $500. Would that be a reasonable amount? Does anybody have a proposal?
I would suggest, if I may, that anything less than $500 might be appropriate. Because I think what you're dealing with is a limited type of license. There has certain restrictions to it. It's not like you could go in there and they wouldn't be, I wouldn't suggest to the board that they could be able to have a full array of services. They would just be opting to offer a 12-ounce or a 16-ounce as opposed to the 1 pint.
Ryan, think of the school teachers. All right, does anybody have a number under 500? We're playing the dollar bill game.
How about 250?
Second.
All in favor of 250?
250, thank you.
Wait, I haven't said the 250 carried. All in favor of 250?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, 250 it is.
Motion adjourned?
Second.
All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned, thank you. You guys do play the dollar bill game, don't you?